Our best episodes are about China because all their Chinese bot farms listen.
Hey, 你们好.
Take me back to the start of China then.
This is actually one thing that I always tell people. People go, "Oh, China plays the long game. Oh, they always think long term. China's 76 years old. Modern China starts in 1949, and that's Mao Zedong, and that's the Chinese Communist Party. And the only thing that the CCP cares about is staying in power.
And how do they stay in power?
Shannon Vaughn is a non-resident fellow with the Asia program at the Foreign Policy Research Institute and the general manager of Virtue Federal. With over 20 years of military and government experience, he brings deep expertise in defense, cyber policy, and emerging technology issues.
What are the Chinese doing of enabling AI at scale with the largest data sets the world's ever known?
Yeah.
Right? To be fair, they're crushing it. I just hope my country comes in first.
Unitree and DJI. Do you know these companies?
I do, yeah.
What are your thoughts on? Let's start with DJI.
I think this is a revolutionary change that we've seen, but what's the next one?
Do you think there's a possible Chinese civil war on the horizon or no? How old are your kids?
4 and 6.
Okay. Mine's 3.5.
Okay.
She's a terror.
And the next
Toddler
one?
Terror. No, I don't have. I'm getting a vasectomy, I think. Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know if I want to have like Elon style 14 kids or whatever.
Well, nobody does.
I mean, he does. He's like repopulating the earth, bro.
He's trying to.
Apparently we're in a population decline. You've been tracking?
I am.
What are your thoughts on? Let's start with there. Let's start there.
Okay.
Population decline. What are your thoughts? Because China's
China's definitely, yeah.
Are you a big Peter Zeihan guy?
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not.
No.
Okay, good. We could be friends with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He draws a very clean line in the China head camp, and he is not the camp that I sit in.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, what camp do you sit in? Your camp?
I'm really in the defense side. I'm very big into, working with partners in region, folks that actually spend time there that, he doesn't speak Chinese. He didn't really spend a lot of time there. He does research into it, but I think the really good China heads are folks that have lived in country, worked, with the government or the military.
With Chinese military or government?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really embed in the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you speak Mandarin?
I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So I was when I first joined the Army, I was a Chinese language interrogator. Then I was a attaché for 9 years. So I worked out of U.S. embassies as an officer, and I've done China my whole career. So.
Wow. Okay. Did you study Chinese history too?
We did. Yeah. Bit. So I went to Defense Language Institute out in Monterey, California. Great 2-year stint there.
Yeah.
And then after I finished up there, I went back to North Georgia Military College, and was a Olmsted scholar and went to Tsinghua University. So, China's #1 university.
Yeah.
And I studied Chinese foreign policy with the locals.
Are you married to a Chinese wife?
Nope.
Okay.
White blonde chick from DC.
Nice,
But I met her in Taiwan.
Complete opposite,
so,
though.
Yeah, but I met her in Taiwan. So, who would have guessed that?
That's fair. That's good. Okay, wait. So take me back to the start of China then, or wherever you can begin. Give me like the story arc. Take me there.
Well, so this is actually one thing that I always tell people. People go, "Oh, China plays the long game. Oh, they always think long term. China's 76 years old, and people need to realize that. Stop saying China's playing this 10,000 year, race.
Yeah.
The party in power.
That's kind of like subtle racism. They're like, oh, they're sneaky Asians. They play the long game.
Well, just the idea of, modern China starts in 1949.
Yeah.
And that's Mao Zedong, and that's the Chinese Communist Party. And the only thing that the CCP cares about is staying in power. So, great. Hey, they've got all the, the Qing dynasty, whatever. They don't really care. They like to sit on, those history books and claim, hey, we founded, rocketry or, whatever other claims they have, which is fine. Hey, you can totally have those. But I think a good modern China analyst would say the only thing that the party cares about is staying in power.
Yeah.
And if you believe that, then the party starts on October 1st, 1949. And China is 76 years old.
And how do they stay in power?
Control, manipulation. I mean, I will say, we'll probably get to some AI stuff, I would assume, here at some point. And I think they're running the best AI program this world has ever known, and it's through AI diffusion and pushing it out, top down, all the way across all sectors and segments across their entire population, as well as their business sectors. So, they have the largest training data set on the planet.
Yeah.
Right. Because they've built it into every single part of their fabric. Right. They incentivize smartly into those, into those businesses, into those city centers. Literally from east to west, north to south.
Did you read that Breakneck book? Dan, what's the guy's name?
Dan Wang.
Dan Wang. Did you read that?
No, I didn't
it's
read
this
that
new
one.
book on China.
Okay.
Well, anyways, it's like VCs think they're smart and they've been reading it and passing it around like, oh, this is the new book on China. I listened to a little of it. Scary stuff, like around like it compares and contrasts U.S. and China. So it's like we're a nation of lawyers and we do laws and we have like civil rights and stuff. And like, they're like a nation of engineers. Basically, the Shenzhen, like they're building, they're manufacturing. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a great book that I think the China heads are reading, go read Jeffrey Ding's book.
Yeah,
right. Jeffrey Ding.
Let's get that. In the show notes.
Yeah, Jeffrey Ding's book is incredible. So, one of my side things, I'm a fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute.
Okay.
Jeffrey Ding is a fellow there. He's a professor over at George Washington University here in D.C. His book is all about this idea of AI diffusion, right? How China is winning the race in the AI landscape, and it's not about who's got the biggest model or the best frontier model. It's about how do you diffuse exactly. It's an incredible book.
Okay.
I highly recommend everybody read this book.
Okay, yeah, let's get that in the notes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, everybody likes to talk about chip war and how transformational that book was. I completely agree. It's extremely well written, tells a great story. Jeffrey Ding's book should be sitting right alongside everybody's bookshelf when they talk about chip war.
Hell yeah. Okay, good to know. You said you were a fellow where?
Foreign Policy Research Institute.
I'm an aspiring Teal Fellow. Do you know what that is?
No. Peter Thiel?
Teal Fellow? It's like somewhat gay. Have you seen the Teal Fellows?
No.
Oh, it's like all these like kids who are like, they all kind of look the same and they all have companies. It's the Teal Fellowship.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay.
It's like all the Lord of the Rings shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they want to.
I want to change my Twitter bio to say aspiring Teal Fellow, but I can't yet. I don't want to have the crosshairs on me, but
yeah.
But like
they are right behind you.
Honestly, though, I'm too old to be a Teal Fellow. So yeah, I'm 39 now.
Oof.
When were you born?
Older than you.
You're older than me.
Yeah.
You look good, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm 42.
Yeah. Okay, so we're about the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister's 42. Nice.
Okay.
She's a commander in the Navy.
Okay.
I was in the Navy.
Where
or maybe I worked at Naval Reactors.
Oh,
it's like the nuclear Navy.
Yeah.
Stationed here in DC.
Yeah, I was gonna say
in 2008,
right on M Street.
Yeah, I was stationed here. 08 M Street was way different.
I have a house there, or had a house there. So I moved to M Street in 2006, 2007. Southwest DC.
Yeah.
Waterfront Metro right there.
Okay.
Right
so
on.
you know that. You were there when I was there.
Oh, yeah. I was there.
There's stabbings and shit.
It was great.
Yeah. I liked it. I mean, I'm a hard ass dude, so.
So were you a SWO?
No, I was at the headquarters.
Oh, okay.
Like we managed the nuclear infrastructure for the submarines and aircraft carriers.
Okay.
And like we trained the fleet on how to operate. And,
okay.
We were like the one. It was a great job because it was like I was a naval officer, but I didn't wear a uniform.
Yeah.
So it was
there
nice.
you go.
Yeah.
That was kind of like being an attaché.
I had like a fake. My sister says I was like in the fake Navy job, but she doesn't really get it. Naval Reactors is the top.
Yeah,
that's the
my
top
brother-in-law, he's a nuke SWO.
Yeah.
So
they all came through. Like your brother would come through our building. And we'd test them and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he still gets his nuke bonus. He's a senior 06 right now.
So you were Army.
Yep. Still am. I'm still in the reserves. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they need you. Speaking Mandarin. I mean, you're an important person. Like.
What's funny is the job that I'm coming out of is Army I was at Army Futures Command. I was an attaché for 9 years. Army Futures Command finds out about me because I give this briefing to when they're kind of standing up. There's one reserve unit of Army Futures in Austin called the 75th Innovation Command. And so the 75th is being stood up, and they said, hey, Shannon, can you come down by name request to give a briefing on the intersection of AI and China and what they're doing? I said, I could do that all day long. So I go give this briefing. It goes over really well with another attaché friend of mine, Chris Liu, who I think is just an incredible, Chinese military. He has PhD in Chinese military thought. Yeah. Right? That's the guy you want in your U.S. Army.
That's wild.
Right? Yeah. Incredibly smart dude. So we go down to Austin. We give this briefing. And at the end of it, basically the CG walks over. He goes, you are now a member of the 75th Innovation Command. It was Bo Young at the time. Yeah. General Young. And I was like, no, I'm not. He was like, yeah, you are. And so I did Army Futures for a few years and ran like future tech threat. So, threat emulation, what is China going to do?
Yeah.
And then I had a team of effectively futurists when we just wrote on, 2030 to 2050, which was awesome because, as an analyst, as, a guy who's been in the space a long time, we always have to talk about make some analysis, but based on kind of current events. This was threat casting over the horizon. What the hell are we going to do?
2030 to 2050?
Yeah.
2030 is coming up here.
Yeah,
Do you think you're close on what's happening in 2030?
I think a lot of people were off on the near term. I think the wave is crashing faster than we expected. But I still feel confident. I mean, I wrote a piece for Army Cyber Institute at West Point on threat casting with a few of my co-authors. And if you go and look at that report, it's, I don't know, we wrote 40, 50 pages, something like that. Same thing, predict the future. We're doing pretty well on that report right now.
Yeah. You got drone swarms in there?
We did. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, there was just a whole bunch of things of like, what are the Chinese doing, at least on my side of the report, what are the Chinese doing of like, enabling AI at scale with the largest data sets the world's ever known.
Yeah.
Right. To be fair, they're crushing it. One of the things I like to say is like no country ever teaches their kids to chant we're number 2.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to be 1.
Yeah.
Good for them. I just hope my country comes in first.
Yeah. I mean, I want us to come in first, but obviously China fucks. Like straight up.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
I mean, they know how to push policy at scale and force it on, to people.
Did you know they listen to this too? Our best episodes are about China because all their Chinese bot farms listen.
Hey, ni ma hao.
Yeah. You can talk to them. You can say whatever you want. Ni hao or whatever. I don't even know.
So yeah, we did that, and then most recently, I got called up by that same now general. She said, "Hey, she's the head of the Army Reserves for Intel."
Yeah.
And she calls me up and she goes, "Hey, Shannon, can you come be the chief of AI for the MI Reserve?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am. All right." And so just been doing that.
Okay, cool.
So I'm not even really using my China stuff. It's more just like, I'm putting on my tech hat right now, my civilian side, and then I'll probably go back and play my China head.
I mean, you got it. Well, I mean, you're going to merge both worlds for sure.
Or they're going to merge it for us.
They're merging it for you. Yeah.
I mean, 2027 is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And,
who knows what's going to happen here?
Everybody said, be ready for 27. Xi Jinping said it. The Indo-PACOM commander said it.
Why do you think they telegraph so hard? That's why it's not believable. Like, why would they say it?
Oh, I mean, that's Chinese policy, though. So, like, one thing that we don't do well, right? The best thing we do is, like, we had the JSIDS process, right? We could build requirements, long-term strategic planning. We got rid of that. But, we can palm for dollars on out years. Okay, hey, how are we going to request, future funding and make sure we can appropriate against it? China comes out and they have a 5-year plan where they come out and they say, we're going to go do this. Now, it can be very short-sighted when you do that if you can't get off your plan. But
so you believe they're just like, yeah, we're going to take Taiwan, and you have to like take them at face value.
They've never forcefully said that, right?
Yeah.
They've said we do believe that there's a unification path for mainland and Taiwan, but they never said like, hey, it'll be a forceful reunification.
Yeah, they're just going to like marry into the family, right? Or
I mean, one thing that they
old school.
Yeah, one thing that they do very well is, it's like Sun Tzu, it's like Art of War. The best shot you can ever take is the one you don't, right? And like, how do you make sure that somebody else punches first, and how can you slowly creep, right? I mean, I used to be the assistant army attaché to Taiwan, and I remember, the first time I was there and they crossed the ADIZ, right? It's the flight, effectively Taiwan Strait.
Yeah.
Hey, do not cross this. This is our territorial boundary, and they crossed over it. And I mean, this was big news, and it only happens every once in a while, and it's a mistake, and it's reporting all the way back.
And they're like, no, we do this all the time now.
Now they're doing dozens, if not hundreds, a month.
Yeah,
right. Like that's how you slowly cross a line.
Yeah,
and if the international community is not willing to push back on it, then why not keep pushing?
Keep pushing,
right?
Yeah,
and they're very good at this.
I think that's a really good strategy.
It's a very effective strategy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
It's hard for us because it's hard for us to like go hot.
Yeah. Well, and this goes back to Art of War, right? Like if somebody else hits you kinetically, then you can claim defense.
Yeah.
Right. So this is why, like, if you ever see like naval ships in either gray water or blue water, like Chinese, and now like into the Philippines and elsewhere, every single Navy and Coast Guard is saying, do not fire.
Yeah.
If you fire one bullet, it's over. Like Taiwan is absolutely do not go kinetic. If you go kinetic, then they will say, hey, you attacked us. Now we can go.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you get water cannons, you get some boats ramming, you get some other shit like that. But, they effectively, my guess would be on January 1st, 2027, if they feel good, they're going to really try and do some good provoke action for somebody to lay that first round.
Yeah. And then it's on.
And then it's on.
Oh, switching gears for one moment. You know what these remind me of? These coins is like pogs. Remember those?
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, I was cool in school, but
I wasn't.
Yeah, no.
I was playing Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Actually, I'm turning this after ACS is done. I'm turning this into a board and card game shop.
Okay.
Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah.
Hey, there's money in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. And that place for the kids after school.
There you go.
There's a lot. The demographics in this neighborhood, Delray, are changing. So there's a lot of like kids that need a place to hang out after school.
Sure.
And I'll provide that for them right here.
Yeah. I mean,
I figured I was going to put like a secret back parents' room where the parents drop them off.
Yeah.
And in the back was like a party room.
Yeah, just have a little speakeasy.
Yeah. A little speakeasy behind the card shop.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Listen, I'm a businessman.
This is going away from the China thing. But what I will say is one thing our demographic did was we normalized the idea that you can bring your kids to a brewery and we can all drink. When I was growing up, my mom was like a bartender. And so I'd be the kid at the end of the bar sitting there like doing my homework. Now people are like, oh yeah, it's fine. But back then people were like, you really shouldn't have your kid at a bar, right?
Yeah, I went to, it's normalized. I went to F1 for Vegas, or for Vegas
nice.
F1, and I saw all these kids there. Like, it's like bringing your kids to Vegas is insane.
Yeah.
Like I they're just running around the casino, like floor. They're just like running through my legs and shit. I'm like, whoa, where these kids come from? Like, I don't know if I'd bring my kid to Vegas. I don't think I would do that.
No. Or the sun goes down at like 4 p.m.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so what are some of like the big Chinese, like, okay, so the 5-year increments, like what are like some basics that people need to know just like to get their like a lot of our listeners, China's our best episodes because no one knows about it and we always want to know like what are some like get our feet wet,
I mean, foundationally, we could talk about a number of things. I think what I would say is, I always like to compare something. I always tell people, like, you're allowed to complain, but only if you come with a recommendation.
Yeah.
Right? If I just go listing off all these things and there's no comparison, there's no recommendation, then it's kind of, fruitless. What I will say is, one of the things that China does well, which also ideally can hurt them in the long run, is they do a lot of top-down and they don't have pushback. So an example would be, even on dumb things like a bridge, they can go build like a mile-long bridge in like 3 months.
Yeah.
And we haven't even like broken ground over here because we're going through all the regulatory hurdles and everything else. They say they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And whether that has to displace people that live in that exact spot, they're going to go off and do it. The downside to that is you can find faults in that, right? Whether it's, human rights side, whether it's, environmental impact, like you can find pros and cons to both sides. I don't think there's anybody in DC that says, oh, we do regulation like perfectly. Like everybody's like, we probably overregulated somewhat. Like there's some things that we can kind of cut out, but I don't think anybody would ever want to be in the Chinese model, right? The Chinese model is chaos, right? So it's very, very, very controlled chaos.
It's controlled chaos at the top.
Yeah.
And they just decide everything.
The downside to that is, so military guy, what do? We push the decision down to the lowest element and trust our commanders to make a decision. In the U.S. Army, what do we say? And I'm not speaking on behalf of the Army.
Yeah,
I always got to say that.
Of course not.
What do we always say? The backbone of the Army is our non-commissioned officers. Our enlisted are our backbone. The enlisted in China don't exist. They do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
There is zero trust in there. I mean, when we, I did some time at the embassy in Beijing, and Hong Kong, and where else did I do? Well, I guess the mainland, yeah. So, but we would have these, PLA officers that are senior colonels, right? Effectively 06, 07 equivalents to us, and they would be coffee getters because they still weren't allowed to make decisions, right? And so,
wait, you were like military in China? We have like army there?
Yeah.
How much?
I mean, it depends at any time. So in Beijing, so basically an attaché is a military diplomat. So DIA runs the attaché program. And then effectively every embassy and sometimes in the consulates we'll have DAOs, defense attaché offices. And then across the hall is usually where like foreign military sales are, and that's kind of where we all kind of come out of. So Beijing, we might have 15, 20 people, uniformed personnel. But again, like you said, like the naval reactors, this is what I look like on my daily, I'm in a suit and tie, so for all those years, I mean, maybe 3 or 4 times did I ever wear a uniform because, I'm in country. Like,
what's that? How do they treat you guys there?
Very well.
Yeah.
Because they're always next to us.
Yeah.
Taiwan, I was Sister Army Attaché to Taiwan. Great partnership there, right? We worked together, common, threat. I worked in Singapore, really good, operating environment there. There's trust, but there's a little bit of distance sometimes, but really good place. And then I did New Zealand, and that was the only time I ever wore a uniform. Was New Zealand,
really?
Right? Because you can walk around in uniform, but like, if U.S. Army's walking around in uniform in Beijing, people are going to kind of freak out.
Yeah,
right.
So, not a good look.
Yeah, so
you're killing their vibe.
Yeah, they're like, dude, you're already here.
Yeah, vibe check.
Yeah,
yeah, don't do it. What's like Beijing like?
Dude, it's changed so much. I first went there in like 2004, 2005, somewhere in there. And then, as I said, I was a foreign exchange student, Olmsted scholar, in 2006, 7, somewhere in there, I think so. And then I went back. I was a translator in DC. Realized that job sucks.
Yeah,
I did not want to be. I thought I always want to be a translator. Moved to DC, go to do a translation. It was the worst. So I moved to China, and I used to work in a hospital in the IT department. I was like, hey, I just want to get my chops up. And that was from like 2007 to 2009 timeframe. So that was right during the Beijing Olympics.
Yeah.
And that was wild because I a lot of our funny older China heads now, folks that lived there for years, everybody kind of draws that 2008 line. And that 2008 line was like, here's the buildup and here's the coming out on stage moment.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of like in their hangover phase. But I mean, entire, areas that used to be a couple shacks, where I used to live, it now has like a 50-story building on top of it, within like a year later.
Wow.
Right? I mean, they
built up for the Beijing Olympics.
Yeah. And then that after that is when the money really started flowing in. They started getting really confident, and you just started seeing these massive. I mean, every project in China has to be crazy. This is what I always hate when people go, like, "Oh, did you see, 13 million views on this video?" I'm like, "Yeah, great." They're like small towns are 3 million, right? So great, you got 13. Like, you show me 300 million views, and that'll equate to like 1 million views
in the U.S.
Yeah,
it's actually crazy to think about. I mean, their scale, their population, it's just massive. I mean, there's so many people.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I went to China, it was just for I was at DLI. We had Exodus, because the language program is like 2 years long, right?
Yeah.
So over kind of Christmas, New Year's, they give you Exodus, and so it's like 2 weeks. Everybody else goes home. A few of us were like, "Dude, we're going to China. We've been studying this thing for a year. Let's see if it actually works." So we go over there, and when we came back, everybody goes, "So what are your takeaways?" And I was like, "That is a wild place." And then my biggest one is people everywhere all the time. There are so many people everywhere all the time, to the point where like we were in middle of nowhere, like on a taxi at like 3 a.m., like a few hours outside of Xi'an, and we're sitting there, and I just see a guy like picking apples in the orchard at like 3 a.m. I was like, "Why? How the hell are you even here? Like, go to sleep," right? the way I put it is, they've got effectively 1.5 billion people. Let's say we have 300 million people. Everywhere you go, imagine 5x. In here we've got what, 5 of us?
So 20 of us.
Yeah, there's 20 of us sitting in this little room. Right? Everywhere you go, just times it by 5.
I believe it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the only other place I've ever been similar is India, right?
Yeah.
India is just, it's just chaos, right?
Those two countries, what do you think about their relationship? You study that much? I feel like they're going to fight at some point.
Well, they are. I mean, they literally have an active fight going on, and they've had one going on for a while.
And kind of like Pakistan is a proxy for China.
Yeah. I mean,
they're fighting.
You got 3, nuke states sitting effectively side by side that can all reach out and touch each other, and then Russia up there to the north. Like, that is a managed relationship.
I feel like they all kind of hate Russia, though.
Well, if you ever talk about a place that you have to just like maintain relationships with, like, China to North Korea, that's like big brother, little brother. Like, it's your little brother who's an idiot, and you're just like, please stop doing that, right?
Yeah.
China and Russia, that is like, I find it funny when people are like, oh, they're teaming up. I'm like, dude, they don't like each other.
No, they don't like each other.
They don't like each other, and this is a marriage out of business sake, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, hey, you've got what I want, and I've got what you want, and that's the level of our trust between us. Right?
I was a product manager once, like back in the day, at this tech company in San Francisco, and we had an outsourced dev. Our CEO was Chinese, and we had an outsourced. We used like Chinese engineers for some of it, but we also we had a Ukrainian and Russian engineering team too. This is like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they hated each other. The Chinese and Russian engineers would not talk to each other. And I was like PMing. I was like trying to get them to. Yeah. And it's like, I told my boss, I was like, what do you want me to do? These groups hate each other. Yeah. It's like, they don't want to talk to each other.
It would be better if we could just break out the teams.
Yeah.
Right?
I was like, let's have one team do something and then the other one do something different. And then we can see where that goes.
Just don't let one be front end and one be back end, because the back end guys will totally fuck up.
That's like a recipe for a disaster. Completely.
Yeah.
What are like some of the cooler cities as like a tourist? Like, not Beijing. I'm sure Beijing's probably not that cool compared to the other. Like,
it depends on why you're going, right? So, like, I like the Northeast China just for like the food, right? So, like, each region has its own. Like, the food in China is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I never eat Chinese food in the States unless they have like a Chinese menu and I can actually speak with the people.
Yeah.
And I actually go, okay, are you guys actually cooking Chinese food? Because everything over here sucks.
Yeah.
Chinese food in China is insane. It's so good. Yeah. And Northeast China, I think, has just
you're an adventurous eater, I've heard.
I am an adventurous eater. Yeah, I've been to 70 countries, 71 countries, something like that. And I like to get local. Very local.
For the longest time, until like 7 years ago or so, I used to be able to say, I've never been to Europe, which was a badge of honor. I've not traveled. I'm like, that was cool. People are like, what? Like, that's not cool. I'm like, yeah. Now I say I've never been to like France. I've never been to Spain. Something that like, everyone's been to.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Have you been to Canada?
I have, yeah. I know.
That would be the one.
That'd be cool. I've never even been to Canada.
Yeah.
Talking about how little traveled you are is funny. People don't like that. They're like, what?
Well, it was funny. So I did this thing. This is a get off topic, but so I've my bachelor party. I take like, there's like 22 of us. We go down to Puerto Rico, right? Love Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But nobody knew more than about 5 people in that group other than me. And I had buddies that flew in from,
different groups
from
of
everywhere.
Friends. Yeah,
because I lived kind of all over.
Yeah.
And so I had buddies that were flying in from China and Europe and wherever. And so we all land in Puerto Rico. And, it's like 4 days of good, wholesome fun. And
of course.
Obviously.
Obviously.
But at the end of it, everybody goes, dude, we should do this again. And I was like, I don't think my fiance is going to want me to do another bachelor party. And they were like, oh, no, we're all businessmen. Like, we all travel. Like, just call it like a conference. Like, call it the Shannon Conference. So now we have ShanCon.
ShanCon.
So ShanCon has taken people Puerto Rico. Then we did South Africa, which was dope. And then we did Vietnam and Cambodia.
I'm coming to the next one.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Me. Yeah, I can add a lot to this.
Now, we do have one rule.
What?
No jackasses.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
As long as you're good there.
I'm going to fit right in.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
You get my vibe, bro. We're cool.
I know.
I'm the vibe of like a Gen Z girl. That's my vibe I bring. I'm like, so basically we did ShanCon last year. We went to South Africa, and then I got a matcha out off the plane. We took the bus up to Namibia to see the stars. from there you can see the whole southern hemisphere, and it's really beautiful.
Safaris.
And I don't know. And then this like animal, I don't think it was like some sort of like liger licked my knee. I didn't like that. And he was like, I can just do. I'll TikTok the whole thing.
Okay.
He's like, you're not in.
I don't know. You were good until the TikTok.
You gotta start. You gotta start.
I'm kind of anti-TikTok.
You gotta start every story with so basically. So basically, I'm here in Delray, and they have this little cute cafe called St. Elmo's, where you can go and get 4 shots of espresso with a pump.
I like the what's the Uncle Julio's down here, the Mexican joint.
Oh yeah.
That place.
Yeah,
I've been going to that for 15 years.
I really like Los Tios.
Or Los Tios. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. There's the other one that you were thinking. I thought you were thinking about the other one.
No,
Los Tios is bomb.
Yeah.
That place is good. My toddler loves that place.
Do you know what Los Tios means?
No. Oh wait, the Los?
The uncles.
The uncles.
Yeah.
Tios,
That's what I was saying. Uncle something.
Uncle.
Los Tios. Yeah.
We gotta start Los Tios then.
Los Tios.
Yeah.
You go find the ladies.
It's a competitor. We're moving in. We're moving in.
Across the street.
That place, though, Mia, my kid, loves that place. She always gets the tamal de elote.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
She loves that.
Yeah.
She crushes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she wants a donut. I'm trying to get her off sugar, but sugar's like, kids.
Just get them churros, and then
I know. I'm telling you,
there's no sugar in that.
Once I introduced ice cream to my child, it was over.
It's a bad idea.
Honestly, it was a bad idea.
The worst thing you can do is give a kid sugar. The second worst thing you can do is give them sugar after dinner and then expect them to go to sleep.
I know.
Like, I tell my wife this all the time. I'm like, no, let's give them sugar at 11 a.m. and stop giving it to them at 7 p.m. and we're going to have a lot better success rate.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
I have not won that war yet.
Yeah. All right. So back on China.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. Whatever. I mean, it's a variety. By the way, this is a variety show. We talk about whatever.
Yeah.
But ShanCon's definitely an in.
Let me finish that point. So
the
ShanCon idea. So one of my buddies, he had only ever been to Canada, and then we took him to Vietnam and Cambodia, and he was like, this is a really, really long flight. This is a really long flight. I was like, yeah, dude, get ready.
Yeah, we're going.
And then we got there
around the world.
Yeah, and then we were, taking back road buses and getting super local, and he's like, ha 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 ha, and he's like from upstate New York.
That's great.
So it's like it's a broadening assignment for a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of my travel is mostly just work related. Like we have good stories. Like we go to like Eastern Europe, like Romania, sell weapons.
I haven't been there yet.
Sell like this weapon system.
Okay,
we should. ShanCon could be in Bucharest. That could be good.
I hear.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We can hang out with the gypsies. The gypsies.
Well, that's where Dracula's castle's.
Yeah,
right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do it there. You can rent that, by the way. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, you can rent the castle and do events. My buddy just did one there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it kind of an event, like a party?
They do like trade and investment screening stuff. Okay. Yeah. So
that's a cool place to do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of baller.
Yeah.
It's based. Okay. Wait. So China. Okay. Unitree and DJI. Do you know these companies?
I do. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? We'll start with DJI.
I mean, so
this.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. Well, two things, and this is weird probably saying to you guys who actually operate in this space. Why do we not think that we can do it? I think we can. Why can't we do it at scale like they can? I think we can. Why don't we do it? Right? And it's like, hey, it's whether it's going to be price point or whether it's going to be manufacturing or automation or whatever the hell the thing is. Are we getting to that point? I think we're starting to see, like, if Ukraine taught us nothing else, like, it is an asymmetric capability. It is something that every nation is going to field. I mean, DOD, DOW, now, we want to call it that.
The Dow.
The Dow Jones is, they've got a $1 million buy out there, that's coming. So, like, I think these capabilities are going to be commoditized, and I think what DJI has done is that they were a first mover into that space and figure out how to sell into a market and create a market, right? Market creating capabilities.
I mean, the problem is we don't have the same consumer demand.
Yeah.
And like we can't get it.
Yeah, because we don't have 5 times the people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then
but we also, our consumers buy this.
Sure.
Like at Walmart.
Because it's at the right price point.
Yeah, and like in order for us to get there, we'd have to have huge subsidies.
Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, do we believe in TSMC?
Well, $1 million buy is not going to do shit, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
Like, we need big subsidies.
Yeah.
Billions.
But if that's the thing that we think it is, right? I think of drones as, not a drone; it's an asymmetric capability.
Yeah.
Right? It's hey, one of there was a guy at the Pentagon who used to run what the hell is it? Strategic competition, effectively. His nickname was Yoda. I'm blanking on his name right now, which is driving me crazy. But he told this story, so I went through the course or whatever. They're the biggest brains in the Pentagon, and they had a requirement that Dr. Andy Marshall, that's his name. So Andrew Marshall, Yoda said, "Hey, I'll come stand up this office, but under one requirement." He came out of RAND, I believe. He goes, "I will not report in through the services. I have to report directly to the SecDef."
Yeah.
And it's because in that report is the only time that we really do red on blue. So we are criticizing ourselves, and so the idea is, it's called the Office of Net Assessment. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. So ONA. So they're doing a net assessment, right? So what does the adversary have? What do we have? And how do we net those things out? So my favorite example ever of this thing was during the Cold War, the United States, did some analysis and said Russia is spending something like 5% of their GDP just on air defense on their borders because they have such a massive border. And so the only reason why like the B-2 bomber program stayed around and wasn't killed is because it only cost us about 0.25% of our GDP to maintain this thing, or less, something stupid. So the idea is we needed to present a threat to Russia in order to keep them to continue to spend, and is one of the reasons why you saw like the fall of Russia or the USSR is because they burned out because they were worried about their flank from the United States, like long range bombers.
Yeah,
that is an asymmetric mindset, right? And that's what I think drones are. It's a way to affect damage on a $50 million tank or whatever the hell they cost. You would know this better than me. With a thing that costs $100.
Yep.
Right. Like, and if it's not one, great, throw 500 at them.
Yeah.
Right. Like whatever the hell it is. Right. But the thing is you're going to find that somebody's going to find a better way to take out the threat from drones.
Yep.
Right. And we've seen this in Ukraine and otherwhere, where whether it's going to be fiber on the line or whether they're going to put in the netting down like the main thoroughfares, whatever the hell it is, right? There's always going to be advances.
Countermeasures.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's always going to be some military advancement, right? Now, whether it's going to be revolutionary or not, I think this is a revolutionary change that we've seen. But what's the next one?
Yeah. Humanoids. Unitree.
Okay.
Have you seen that one?
I have.
Let's pull up the Unitree robot. I'm just get a visual. Just Unitree, any robot. It doesn't matter.
Well, bring up the Russian one and watch him fall over.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. I've seen that. Yeah. Unitree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so here's what's happening. Oh, this is my take. I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically,
I'd love to hear it.
So this is, humanoids. We have like Tesla's making one.
Yep.
There's a couple startups.
Yep.
And then the Chinese one is cheaper. It's built. It's further along. It's done. You can buy these.
Yeah.
Like their sales team tries to sell to me all the time.
Really?
They email me. They're like, yeah, bro, will you buy 10?
Oh.
They're an aggressive sales team in China. Like they're trying to sell to US.
Okay.
And they're trying to get look at that thing. Just playing some basketball. Anyway, they're trying.
Like a weak jumper though.
They're trying. Weak.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, I could shoot better than that. Well, anyways, the point is, they have API docs, they have software docs. You can program them, and they're further along. They're cheaper, and they could take the consumer market here before we can. Should we ban them or not? Right now,
I mean,
I would say ban. That's where I am.
Is everything running locally on device and not calling back to anything?
I mean, they'd probably have some callbacks,
right? I mean, it depends on what you're. I'll tell you right now, there are 0 social media apps on my phone. There is no TikTok in my home.
Like, the free market capitalist in me would say, don't ban. Like, this is like trade. We'll buy from them. Peace.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But like, this is like DJI happening again, right before our eyes.
This is like WTO. Like, one of the biggest miscalculations I think we ever saw out of a White House was probably Bill Clinton and saying, yeah, hey, if we just open up the World Trade Organization to China, they will naturally democratize, because when money comes in the door, capital markets will always win, and democracy fast follows after that. Yeah, how'd that work out?
That didn't really work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well, right? So, like, there's something to be said about, like, hey, that whole free market idea always wins out. Well, it depends on what your in-state goal is.
I mean, I think that's why I've netted out where I'm like on ban this thing before it takes, because they're going to crush Tesla.
But what does it do?
Well, I mean, we don't know yet.
Bad layups? Like, I don't need more bad layups. Like that. Awkward dancing.
It may be doing your dishes soon. Maybe your dishes.
Dishes are fun.
Yeah.
All I want is I want the Jetson,
Well, hold on. What does it do?
machine.
Wait, what does it do? That's what we said about drones, though, in 2005.
Yeah.
Like, what do they do? They're dumb, playful. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know yet what they do. I think.
Here's a question for you on drones. Drone swarms specifically.
Yeah.
Dual use. Greatest replacement of fireworks.
Oh my
ever.
God, you're my best friend. I hate fireworks. My dad almost every year thinks at fucking 4th of July almost always blows his head off. He like gets the mortars.
Yeah.
He's got the industrial grade fireworks. He's like 60 something. And he's like it's so bad. And I'm like, Dad, I don't want to be at a thing 4th of July where you blow your brains out with this. Like, please. But the drone show's amazing. What's the latest one? Like, there was a really cool one recently I think we looked at, but they're so good. You saw them in China.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, what I love is when people just look at something and go, wow, that's amazing. And I look at it and go, oh, crap.
Oh, this one I love, the kitty cat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
where is that? Shenzhen?
Yeah, it looks.
It doesn't say.
It does look like Shenzhen, though. That looks like DJI. The building's right there on the left.
Yeah.
Wait, this kitty cat, though, is sweet. I mean, these Chinese have style. They got it.
Yeah.
On the last episode, we were talking, the one this morning, we were talking about the movie Crazy Rich Asians. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we were talking about that because I met that guy at South by, like the hot actor, the main guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone he's so charismatic.
Yeah.
I don't think he's Chinese, though.
No.
No, he's like British American or something.
Yeah.
But he's like,
I think he's Singaporean.
Yeah.
Right?
Singapore, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I met him.
Required watching, even for me.
Yeah, I met him at a bar at South by, and I hung out with him all night because he was so magnetic. I had to be with him, basically. Yeah.
So,
I was telling everyone that have come up, all the girls. I was like, "That's my agent," or "I'm his agent."
Oh,
like
nice.
I was just be like, "Yeah, I'm his agent." Would you guys need something?
You want a photo? We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll check with my boy.
Yeah.
Let's check with my boy. Okay, so yeah, Unitree. Okay, what about AI? So AI now.
Sure.
Obviously, AI is going to be powering these drones and these Unitree. But do you think with DeepSeek they're winning the strategy, like the open source
No.
So what do you think in AI that they're doing better? Does that have more data?
No, I think what they're doing is my biggest pushback on what the United States is doing versus China, again, right? Never just complain, always give a reason against something else. Is we right now are focused on who's got the best frontier model, right? And everything's getting benchmarked against the next thing, and that's great. But a model by itself is pointless. A model in use is powerful, right? And so the idea is, what are you doing to actually get that into different things, right? So like, AI diffusion, I keep coming back to this point around diffusion. So like, it's funny, in Chinese they call it like AI 扩散. 扩散is the same word as like proliferation. Okay. And so they're pushing it out to proliferate it from the state level down into the regional, into the cities, into every single factory, every single business.
So they're just putting it in all industries. Whereas we are struggling to do that because of regulation and buyer's choice and slowness and stuff.
Well, I think this comes back to the idea of, do you want the heavy hand that's going to build the bridge in 3 weeks, or do you want to say we're going to trust our democratic processes and allow capital markets to win the day? One is faster. Hopefully the latter is more sustaining and long term. This is one area where I don't know if that's actually going to be true, right? Because I do think it's an implementation problem, right? And so, if we're just going to have 3 or 4 companies that have great models, and hopefully you can, chat with your, digital therapist, and that's the whole use case, that doesn't seem as great as, getting into every single sector. Like here's an example. So China, I wrote this piece at Foreign Policy Research Institute talking about compute vouchers. China has a thing called compute vouchers.
Okay.
And every single regional center, right, effectively like states, has their own competing interests, right? And all the factions inside the CCP align under different ones, and this is how you get like Jiang Zemin guys and Xi Jinping guys and on and on, right? Anyways, each center is starting to put forward different competing packages, right? So like there's a compute voucher where any company that re-headquarters into, I think it's like Zhuhai. Zhuhai is right across from Hong Kong. If you re-headquarter there, they'll offset 50% of your AI compute for training models up to 1 million yen.
That's crazy.
So you can get free money for anywhere from like 150 to 300,000 US dollars per year to just work on training your models. And that's their, that's their push. Other regions are talking about expedited visas for, especially talented engineers, right? Others are free, free like buildings for like the first 3 years or something.
So they're
like
making aggressive moves.
Very
and they're investing in this. Yeah.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's not like, it's not just like, oh, hey, Austin's doing some really cool stuff. The Valley's doing some really cool stuff. DC, we're starting to do some really cool stuff. The equivalent would be, if the federal government was like, hey, Algona, Iowa, town nobody's ever heard of. Hey, what are you doing for your AI implementation plan?
Yeah.
Every single kid needs their own AI teacher to be training, and every single farm there needs to have implemented this by 2026.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that, right? Those are just different scale, right?
Yeah.
And when you can do that, I think, unfortunately, they're winning, right?
Yeah.
They're winning big time.
Because that's going to drive presumably a lot of efficiency and enterprise value in their country.
Yes.
Over us.
Well, do you think that every single business needs the best frontier model?
No.
No, they don't. Some just need the most basic open source shit that's already out there.
Yeah.
Great. So get into an implementation path.
Yeah.
Right? How do you implement that for that need?
Yeah.
Right? The really sexy stuff, what you guys are doing here, maybe you need, a more advanced model, something that can run specific algorithms at the edge, disconnected to do, certain kinetic action.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
They don't need that.
But most places don't need that.
I mean, you're scaring me, bro. You're scaring me with China.
Yeah. Hey, what did I say? Nobody asked their kids to chant, we're number 2. So
yeah.
if we believe that we're number 1.
Should I put my kid in a Mandarin immersion program now or?
I mean, no.
Okay.
But honestly, Chinese is so easy to learn.
Is it?
It's the most caveman language there is.
Amazing.
Like the word for hungry, right? Guess what the word for hungry is?
What?
And guess what the character is? Food and me put together. That's it.
I mean, I like this language.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't need her to get into, because I was hoping, she may be speaking Mandarin. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe by 2027.
Maybe no, well, I'm sure their next 5-year plan will be like, let's take the port of LA. It's our port.
I mean, what I will say, and I know nothing about pop culture, but I think the single best export the United States has ever done is Hollywood, right? Yeah. We Americans and the things that we do are cool. I don't know if people feel that way otherwise. Like it was pretty impressive what South Korea did with K-pop. Yeah. What Japan did with like anime.
Yeah.
So you've started to see some uptick there.
Yeah.
China doesn't have an equivalent. I don't know of something where people go, "Wow, that's really cool." I want to learn Chinese so I can do.
Yeah.
What?
They're just building bridges and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. They're builders. But I was just visioning in my head, like all of a sudden I'm gonna wake up one day and like all the shipping containers in the port of LA are gonna like open up and drones are gonna come out and swarm the whole city and bomb everyone.
I mean,
obviously,
you're literally telling a Ukrainian story in Russia.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Like, or something crazy like that.
What a great move.
The spider web?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy, right?
It's so good.
It's good. It was well done.
It's so good.
Well executed.
Yeah. Those are the ones where you're just like, wow.
That attack that helped business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we make the anti-drone gun. So people were like, how do we defend against that? I'm like, we could shoot them. I don't know. Something.
The hell of a business case you got there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Shoot them.
Shoot them, bro.
Can't have a guy there all the time.
No, of course not. Yeah, the spider web was cool. They targeted like Russian bombers, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty smart.
But they went in as like was like a pre-made house or something like that.
Like shipping containers full of like house parts.
Yeah, so good.
What are your what's your thoughts on Russia Ukraine stuff? Do you follow much?
No.
Yeah.
One of the things I try to do is when it's something that I read on, but I never profess to understand, because it's just, I think that if you're going to be an expert, you should be an expert in like one thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be Peter Sahan, and you're going to be talking about everything.
Yeah.
And then you can't be great.
I
so
agree.
I try to focus on like my one area.
Yeah, me too. I'm podcasting for me.
Well, you're crushing it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah, you did that millennial chick really well.
Yeah, Gen Z.
Oh, Gen Z.
So basically,
you could have a whole bit on that.
It's a whole bit.
Yeah.
So you got to do one thing well. I agree.
Yeah. So like, I like to, obviously you have to stay reading on those things because other militaries are going to learn from this conflict.
Yeah.
And so like, I read about it from that perspective, but like who's going to win? Where are we going to land? I don't know. I will say like, I think a lot of people didn't realize where a lot of things came from. Like, oh, why are my bread prices going up? Oh, the breadbasket of the world is in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So like, it's been good to understand or think more strategically of all the parts that really make up a long-term scaled war today.
Yeah.
Right. Because we haven't had one in so long that really affected anything outside of oil prices. Right. So like, how do we think about geopolitics and international trade and bringing all those things together because of an invasion of Ukraine?
What are your do you think there's a possible Chinese civil war on the horizon or no? Do you think is there enough like strife in the country? I don't know anything about it. I just figured I'd lob that question over the wall.
Well, I think it's the dream of most China head military like China guys like me, because if we get let's say we get into near peer contact or we call it near peer adversary, a true war, right? A true one-on-one war. Are we going to take China? What we're Americans are now going to just live in China? No, and China is not going to live in the United States, right? So it's kind of just a war of attrition, and hopefully somebody else bows out, and then you get to own international systems. Like, is that the end state goal? So, like, and again, this goes back to my point of like, the Chinese Communist Party is 75, 76 years old. That's all they care about. And so the reason why they went off and did all these really impressive China data security law, pushing AI into all their, systems, forcing, hand-picking single players like WeChat and Alibaba to go off and win the day is because they said we need a single system. Because if we can control the systems, we can control the people, right? And so the old Great Firewall of China was, phase one of this operation. They are deep in phase 2 or phase 3, and the whole thing is fomenting unrest internally is nearly impossible. Where, do you think that a Tiananmen Square style moment? This is when the Chinese bots aren't allowed to listen anymore. Yeah. So Tiananmen Square. Could another, June 4th, 1989 happen? I don't think so, right? Because they tamped down on all of that way too early in the process, right?
Damn.
You're going to see a party in power for a long time unless you really see a rise of it. If you don't think that the COVID lockdown didn't have absolute chaos internally, absolutely controlling people, every single movement. A lot of people go, wow, like everybody was, the Chinese population's so good that they all complied with that. They didn't want to comply with that. You go to any of those online boards, there was people dissenting, but it got wiped away so fast, right?
Yeah, Dan Wang talks about this in the book we were talking about.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because he was living in China during that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said it like exactly that. Like it was crazy how much control there was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the COVID, I got
was their handling of COVID good? It wasn't even that good, was it?
I think it was the best there was in the world.
Oh,
no, because they stayed in power. They went over I lived in China during bird flu, right? And I remember going like, oh, this is kind of bad. Last time I was in China was October of 2019, and I remember like I came back and like December, I'm reading the Chinese news, and I remember telling my wife, I was like, this feels different. I was like, I don't know what's going on yet. And then like January, it started to pop up in Chinese press, like oh, something pretty bad's about to happen. And then it wasn't until like March 13th that the United States catch on. Like English press was like, oh, this is really bad. Like in the China side, I think a lot of people saw something.
Yeah,
there was something turning, and we didn't know what it was because they were tamping down on it. But they had to give enough information to say, here's why we're starting to implement controls.
Yeah,
and that's when I was like, oh, this thing might go sideways. And it went way more sideways than we predicted.
China virus.
Yeah.
We started it.
Yeah, it was
so Trump said.
I know.
I mean, they made it in the lab, obviously. Everyone knows that.
I have not read any reporting to confirm or deny that. So
I mean, who knows, really?
Yeah.
Or it was a bat, or maybe it was a bat, a pangolin, whatever. No one knows. Wet market, lab.
When I was living there in 2007, 2008, 2009 timeframe, I had a friend who she worked for the WHO. And she was an was it epidemiologist, whatever. Is that the right word?
Epidemiologist. Yeah,
epidemiologist.
Study the
Yeah. She literally was sent there by the World Health Organization to go into wet markets. And I was like, can I go with you? Because like I shop in those places. Like again, I'm a pretty adventurous eater.
Yeah.
And I was like, there were markets that were like, even for me, like, holy shit, this is a wild market. And she's over there like testing, like just finding stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy job.
But realize like that's what most of the world still does.
Yeah.
Right? Like what is that percent? Probably 60% of the world's population still operates kind of in places where those things still exist. Right?
Yeah.
So like, we're sitting here.
We're going to Whole Foods.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very, manicured life here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want all my dead animals to look very clean.
So you think we have another pandemic? Like, we're not going to handle it better? We're just going to continue to...
Oh, I think we'll handle it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. The question will be, will we as in the government handle it better?
The U.S.
I think the government will handle it better. Will the people? It depends on how it's presented because, I mean... There's some people that still go, oh, it was completely fake. I was like, I mean, I don't know. We did lose like millions of people.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people.
Yeah, like the problem is it hit different groups in different like portions.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm from Atlanta. Like south side of Atlanta got hit pretty hard in some bad areas. But like if you go into like, I don't know, some really rich area somewhere, like, oh, somebody got sick once. Right? Like, it's just, so we didn't feel the pain other than seeing numbers of like, oh, hey, 3,000 Americans, a whole scale of 9/11 happened today. Oh, and it happened tomorrow. Oh, and it happened the next day. And everybody's like, nah. But it's the idea of like car crashes. If one plane crashes and kills, 300 people in the United States, like you see a natural drop off in flights.
Yeah.
But 1,000 people, I don't know what it is, 1,000 Americans die by car every single day. Yeah, we just keep driving cars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you can't put that all
and
together.
And also, it also just like people have to,
Yeah.
Well, for now, like maybe that'll all go away with self-driving cars, but who knows?
I've had a self-driving car for 7 years, and I turned that feature on maybe like...
Tesla?
Yeah.
Have you tried it lately? Because I've tried it recently in Austin. It's pretty good. Like, it'll just drive around.
Yeah.
I don't have a Tesla. I use my business partners, but I've tried it, and it's just like, it's pretty good now.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, my car isn't self-driving here. I just have like a normal car.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need it as a feature, but I hate driving.
This is why I bought the car. So I was DC guy for like 18 years, whatever it is. And I hated driving, especially 66 or the Beltway or anywhere.
Yeah, I hate all that.
And I was like, great. So I would, my office at the time was out in like Tyson's Corner. So I would drive to 66. I'd hop on the highway and I'd like drive. And on highway, it was fine. And then I could, kind of like start my day a little bit, right? I could start, checking emails or Slack, whatever. That was basically the only time I ever used it. So like if I get on a highway, but now every car has hands-free highway driving. What I want is a car that just operates kind of normally versus, I mean, not to say like, hey, you should like roll through stop signs, but like, don't go up to the stop sign, wait 13 seconds while everybody's, honking the horn behind you. And then you're like, well, shit, I'm just going to drive the thing.
Yeah,
right?
for real.
Did you see they just reported about this, about Waymo?
Oh, what?
They've changed Waymo to be more like that.
Oh, really?
And people are noticing in San Francisco that they're doing the California stop, roll, but not actually stop.
Yeah.
So apparently Waymo is being very deliberate about that.
It would be smart.
As of like yesterday. This was yesterday.
It would be smart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Elon's too much by the books.
Waymo.
Waymo.
I mean, Sergey and Larry back at the helm, they're just Google all the way. They're going to win AI. They're going to beat OpenAI. They're going to beat Tesla.
They got some money.
Google.
When
you create the world's greatest search engine, you probably have some money.
Yeah.
The greatest advertising engine
ever built. What are other papers that the listeners should be aware? Like you mentioned that book, but is there any other like cutting edge China research people have been doing? Your colleagues or anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I think one that I absolutely love that a lot of people just aren't tracking is the team CSET over at Georgetown.
Yeah,
they're so solid.
CSET. Right, that CSET at Georgetown.
CSET, the Center for was it Security and
we should get someone from there on the podcast.
Yeah, we could introduce you to some folks over there.
Yeah.
ASPI, the Australian Society or Australia ASPI. What the hell's ASPI stand for? They're incredible.
They're Chinese research.
Oh my! If you want to see something, absolutely, they put out a report. Yeah, ASPI,
Australian Strategic Policy Institute.
Yeah, they just put out a report on the top 10. They keep a running tracker of like critical technologies, and the number's insane. Like of the top 10, China is number 1 in 8 of them. United States is number 1 in 2 of them. If you look at critical minerals, they have the deepest amount of go to the research. Every single person should read this report. It is
okay. Let's add this to the show.
It is terrifying as an American. It's so well researched right there. China now leads in 66 of the 74 technologies tracked.
Oh, nice.
Right.
That's really good.
The remaining 8, the United States, and China has all the others.
Well, not a great situation.
Yeah. So CSET, ASPI. I mean, these are daily readers for me.
Okay. This is good knowledge. We need that. All right, I got to ask you before we wrap up. So Tibetan monks, what do you think about them?
They're awesome. Like,
well, the Chinese people hate the Tibetan monks, right?
The Chinese government hates Tibetan monks.
Why?
I don't think the Chinese people hate Tibetan monks.
Why does the government? CCP.
It poses a threat, right? So like, technically there are religious institutions in China, even though they're I don't know if they're illegal, but they're not allowed to like proselytize. If you go into Tiananmen Square, like it's not a picture of Jesus up there. What is it?
Muhammad?
It's Mao Zedong.
Oh, really?
It's Mao.
I said Muhammad.
Yeah. Muhammad would be cool, but we don't know what Muhammad looks like.
It was a good guess. It was a good guess.
So
maybe the Chinese do.
No, but so the whole idea is like their deity is Mao Zedong. Their gods are Xi Jinping, right? It is the party. So
they don't want no worshiping false idols.
Yes, and they believe that Dalai Lama and Jesus and everybody else is a false idol.
Yeah, it's like the movie The Golden Calf. You ever watch Dogma? That movie Dogma. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. It's a classic.
Yeah. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Movie. Yeah, don't worship false idols. They end the movie. They worship a golden calf. It's like a golden movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean their idol is Mao.
Yeah.
Right. And for all his faults, they keep that one around.
Yeah.
I think there's now a lot of pushback in society. Like they're starting to understand, like, I kind of screwed up a lot of things. Like Great Leap Forward was a terrible leap backward. He did a lot of. I mean, he killed. I forget what his number is. He killed like 100 million of his own people.
Oh, yeah.
Like I mean, it was just incredible. But they told it in a good way, right? They've got some really good marketing. So marketing. over there.
We cleaned it up around here.
Yeah. So like Xi Jinping, he doesn't want us looking at anybody else. You don't want to think about democracy. You don't want to think about religion. The party will take care of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course they will.
Yeah.
I want them to take care of me, it sounds like. They're leading in 64.
66, 74. Yeah.
I mean, fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
Get the Chinese flag.
Oh, don't do that.
No, I'm kidding.
We're number 1.
No, that's why I'm building this company. We're trying to help out.
I love it.
Got all the drones and stuff. Got to shoot them.
Where do you guys do test range?
Austin.
Yeah?
They're mostly all Austin.
Okay.
We shoot guns down there easier.
Can I come see it?
Yeah, dude. When do you want to come to Austin? We'll go out.
All right.
I'll take you out ACS style. We're having what's going to be the greatest Christmas party in Austin company history.
Okay.
December 18th. You guys are invited.
Okay.
And it's going to be, we have like magicians coming. I got a claw machine.
That's what you're leading with? All right.
I mean, the servers are going to be dressed as.
So it's going to be amazing. We got children shit.
No, we rented out the Betty.
Okay.
The Betty is like this. Pull up the Betty.
What?
Pull up the Betty.
What's the Betty?
We rented this out. This is the trashiest nightclub in Austin. There's the Betty.
This is news to me too, by the way. As an employee.
So we've rented out the Betty.
Okay.
And it's like, and then the servers are dressing as sexy Santa Clauses.
This is an AI photo.
Whatever. The bed doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
Sexy Santas. We got DJ.
They need a frontier model for that.
We got DJ. Probably Tony Hinchcliffe will be there.
Oh.
Yeah, there
you go. my favorite bar in Austin is a dive bar right on the west side of the state capitol.
Yeah.
Have you ever been? It's down in the basement. Bunch of like state senators and everybody go there.
What's it called? I know what this is. I've been there.
Open the map.
I've been there. It's I was just there.
It's amazing.
I know what it is. It's in a hotel, right?
No. It's like underneath. You got to kind of walk around. No, Austin. You in Austin?
Oh, Austin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it was in Austin?
Yeah, go to the state capitol in Austin.
Oh no, I have been there. I went there for Flag Day.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Right where it says Texas Capitol,
There's
just like
a bar.
right below that. Cloakroom. Cloakroom.
Yeah, Cloakroom.
Yeah, Cloakroom.
Well, Cloakroom in DC is a strip club, but in Austin it's a.
How do you know that?
Because I've been there.
Oh, okay.
Obviously. Yeah.
Cloakroom was first time when I was doing Army Futures stuff.
Yeah.
My cousin lives there, and he took me. And I was like, oh, I found my heaven.
Yeah, bro, I'm a warlord. You don't think I've been to a strip club? I mean, I'm an international arms dealer. Like, what do you?
You're required to.
I sell these guns everywhere. Come on.
Do you guys draw?
You ever
a line?
watch Lord of War, like Nick Cage?
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. Do I draw a line? What?
On any nations that you won't sell to?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We only sell. We serve at the pleasure of the State Department.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever they decide.
Okay.
I don't decide that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that because of ITAR?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if they allow it.
But if this is a commercially available product, you can do the ITAR carve out, right?
Yeah, but we would only sell to like allies.
Okay.
But allies change.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting conundrum.
Yeah.
Like Azerbaijan and Armenia, like Trump, they're both like allies.
Okay.
Well, not really, but
yeah.
You're like, yeah, no.
There's a thing in cybersecurity right now talking about zero trust.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is you should always just assume somebody's inside your network and like do zero trust things.
Yeah.
Zero trust principles. It also is really effective when you have intermittent trust with partners. Like right now, hey, we're really cozied up to, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan. Like, but does that go sideways? Like, hey, we thought Canada and Mexico were best friends. Does that go sideways? So it's like, how do you?
Well, the thing is, like, we actually had an order from a Middle East country for one. And we clearly knew it was like a shady order. They just want to reverse engineer.
Yeah, of course.
So we decided to cancel that order. So like we do kind of self-police.
Good.
Like, because like our government.
But if they said 10, would you have been like,
No, if they said 100.
Okay.
That's different.
See, now they got you.
Well,
now they're listening.
At the end of the day, though, we would still go with
diligence. Yeah.
Well, no.
Oh, and ITAR. Yeah.
With the U.S. government.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Whatever. Like they're the decider.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, but I fucking.
What do you think about?
I'm not trying to decide who we sell to.
Random sidebar. Yeah. AUKUS Pillar 2. Assuming you'd fall under Pillar 2.
Yeah.
Do you think we should be doing more things like AUKUS because you can get around the ITAR restrictions because we've built these frameworks? As I said in the very first minute, I'm a frameworks and alliances guy.
Yeah.
I think this is where you can, I've never met a partner nation that goes, oh yeah, ITAR is a great idea. They go, no, we don't want to work with Americans because of
No, I think
ITAR.
ITAR needs to be rescinded, basically. We need to get rid of it.
I think you should have restrictions for diligence, but it shouldn't be just this blanket policy, right?
I think the onus should be it should be on a product by product basis.
Okay.
Like this category of product actually isn't really that ITAR controlled because this is like one of the oldest types of products ever. Like
okay.
a gun mounted to a machine.
Yeah.
Like, so we don't have a lot of ITAR.
Okay.
But like if a missile, if you make a hypersonic,
Yeah.
like we should probably ITAR
There's
that.
not a lot of commercial use cases for this.
Yeah.
Like,
We should probably have ITAR on the hypersonic missiles.
Hypersonics, you're not selling to the, that's not a B2C movement.
Yeah. This is, we're not, this stuff doesn't really affect our company.
Okay.
Like it affects my friends' companies. I have
Okay.
friends who make like missiles. They have like shoulder fire missiles.
Okay.
And that's like way more controlled.
Yeah.
Because
like
the government's they control missiles, warheads and stuff. Like, versus gun stuff, it's not as much of a, I don't know.
That's the carve out. No, we're just doing guns.
Yeah, it's just gun. I mean, yeah, there's AI in it, but whatever.
Yeah. It's fine.
I mean, all it does, all it is like these used to be joystick controlled.
Mm-hmm.
You use a joystick and aim. We just took that out. Instead of the joystick, it's just there's no human.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not much different.
Is it human on the loop if you want?
Yeah. No,
okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could do human not on the loop though.
Yeah.
Which is what you need for a drone swarm.
That's what I was thinking.
You don't have time to hit all the buttons.
Have you been down to Huntsville a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually opening an office there.
Oh.
We're going to manufacture there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We should chat.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it. But no, wait, we got a couple follow-ups. ShanCon, Austin trip, Christmas party. I mean, you guys should come to the Christmas party. I mean, it's going to be off the chain.
Well, you've told everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
so.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of people who are trying to get into this. There's going to be lines out the door in Austin. Like
that's what Austin's known for now, though. It's just lines.
People are just trying to get into this party.
Yeah.
At all costs. You should see the request invite list. It's random people in Austin we don't even know. Like, should we approve this one or not? Like, we don't know. It's pretty great. Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
dude.
I appreciate it.
We're doing it again.